Right, I just played a 10-minute rapid game, and I tried to play some attacking chess for you guys because I do know that people find attacking chess more interesting than kind of boring positional play. What I find interesting, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, so I'll show you the game I just played. So my opponent started with e4, c6, and already I thought I made a video of it. I'll put some clips up on TikTok, if you want to see the live footage. But I did say c6 is probably not the best way to start an attacking game. So I had to be extra creative. So my plan was, after I played c6, was to try play the Bronstein Larsen. But he went knight to 3, he went d5, he takes. This is very popular, by the way. If you're around my level, or yeah, maybe around my level, let me know in the comments if you always get this, or if you play it and why you play it. So anyway, knight e5 I thought was a bit of a weird move. I went knight c6 anyway. Bishop b5, and I went queen c7. And I mean, I have seen moves like this, but I'm normally seeing when d4 is being played, and you go bishop d7, you let thingy exchange, and you kind of build the cone because you got the two light squared pawns, and you've got the bishop on d6. But this I think was a bit of a different move order. So I went queen c7, and as soon as I went queen c7, I was a bit annoyed because I thought I allowed d4. And my plan was to go e6, bishop d6, but I realized it trapped in my light squared bishop. Because I know bishop f4, it can maybe some nasty discovery, so I wanted to meet it with putting my bishop on d6, but it also traps in my light squared bishop, so I was a bit annoyed with it. But anyway, my opponent went f4, was a bit of a weird move. I went bishop f5, got my bishop out, d4 was played, I went knight e6, castles, e6, z3, and bishop d6. Here I went knight d2, and I took this opportunity to go a6 because my opponent cannot retreat his bishop to d3, where he could exchange it. Although I probably could maybe just go g6, I probably would have played. But it's also risky because of g4, f4, f5 ideas, and this pawn on g6 and this pawn on e6. White can smash through, my king still in the center. So anyway, I went h6, he took, and now he went b4. I went h5 here, but I did quickly have a quick game review, and you can try work out a bit of a better move here. I mean, if you're interested, the move is a5, just really attacking this structure, and because we kind of make an isolated pawn. Let's say if like a3 would be played, then this would have to be taken because there's a pin, and we kind of create this weak pawn here. We create the isolated pawn. It's kind of a weird pawn structure, but I could navigate around it and maybe target this pawn and make something of it. And let's just do a quick analysis here. If like bishop takes here, then he just loses a pawn. So it was actually quite a good move. I went h5 because I tried to play attacking chess. So why would I want to go a5 when I can just go h5? My opponent went a3, gives me too much time, I think. h4, he went h3. Now, I took this opportunity to go knight h5 to try get into the square. It wasn't my original idea, but I thought it could be alright. Knight f3 was played. Now here I go knight g3. Taking advantage that this is an outpost because no pawns can kick my knight away. My opponent went rook e1. I went f6 here. Knight g4 was played, and here I took. You can try work out a better move here for me. So bishop g4 was actually a bit better because I get this, and now I can go here and split open, and maybe first I can go like king here. But you see the structure anyway. The structure's a lot better. One pawn, I probably should have gone for it. This pawn's hanging as well. So that was a lot better, but instead I tried to win a pawn. But my opponent went, I mean, I was expecting this and this. But I wasn't too happy with this anyway. But anyway, I played bishop f4. My opponent played knight e3, hitting my bishop. I played bishop e4. c4 was played. I castled. And now after c5, I went g5, just throwing pawns up the board. Knight h2, and here I missed a good move, like a really good move. Like this is attacking and positional at the same time. And when I looked back at this game, I literally played it a minute ago. I was quite annoyed that I didn't play it, but it's quite complex when you're playing a position like this because there's so many pieces in you've got to make sure you don't hang a piece. You've got to make sure that your pawns are still intact, so it's quite hard to see tactics. But I should have played after knight h2. I should have played f5 because now I take this square away and can always batter ram through. But so f5 I didn't play. It was quite poor. I played knight f5 because I was trying to. This was my idea to take and take. So a bit of a cheapo, but whatever. My opponent went knight g4. Now my opponent gets a knight blocking all my pawns, and his king's a bit safer now. I went bishop g3. I just had to move. I had 2 minutes. My opponent had 5 minutes. I went rook f8. My opponent went h4. I took. He took. I went f5. He played knight e5. I took. And I kind of calculated this. I knew he would go for this. After bishop g5, I played rook d7. Try pause the video and finish my opponent off in a very attacking style. So if you did pause the video, I think there's actually a couple moves, but the main move would just be rook g1. Or just clean out pretty much wins a piece, because I've also got queen g3 ideas, and I'm hitting this, and if this is taken, well, this just absolutely fails. Is there even a mate? Yeah, I think just this should work. And yeah, my opponent has to play something like this, and I can even get nasty here and play a move like queen g4, queen g3, or hopefully I didn't just miss a mate. Yeah, I just missed a mate in one. Oh no, yeah, that's me. So anyway, I played rook d7 here. My opponent played rook bishop f4. I played queen g7. Rook f2 was played, guarding this. Here I went rook g8. Rook a2 was played. So my opponent's kind of defending. I went e5 here. My opponent went bishop h2. I went f4. And after b5, I'm actually in a bit of trouble because I go f3 here, and it's just f3 is not really a good move. I thought, because I've only got 1 minute, 2 minutes. I'm not sure, but I don't think the engine liked this move. I'm not really sure why. But maybe my opponent can just take on here. What actually happened, and I went rook f7 in this position. But also, it's quite dangerous here. My advantage is lost. So anyway, I went here. My opponent took. I went rook f7. Queen f1 was played. I took, and my opponent played queen a6, and now my position is losing. King d8. My opponent played rook b2, but I took this opportunity to take. He played this, and I won the game with 1 minute, and my opponent had 6 seconds. So it was a very tense ending, because I thought my opponent, you see, from move 40 down to move here, he spent like 30 seconds trying to calculate a forced win. Although here, I think my opponent probably should have played something like this, and I can't go there because, and say something like this, and I mean, I think c7 is very deadly because it creates another queen, and I don't really have too much of an attack. Anyway, well, my opponent missed it, 1 minute on the clock, but it was a good game. Very happy I won because I tried to play it in an attacking style. So anyway, what do you think of my attacking chess? I think it definitely needs working, but I tried to characterize my attacking chess with pushing this pawn up. Anyway, let me know what you thought of the game, and have a nice rest of your day. Thank you for watching.